have something to say to Nintendo.
You give me headaches.
This
Get
is
it?
the
'Cause I'm
highest.
Psyduck?
Yes, I get it. But this is the highest grossing franchise in the fucking world. And they put
Fact.
this shit out running like this, bro.
Get him, Rob. Get him.
This shit ain't right.
Get him. Tear him
Ow,
up.
fuck, dude. I fucked up my hand. Bruised. I don't know if you could see that. But anyway, yeah, Nintendo. Like, what the fuck? Get your shit together, Game Freak. They are worth $95 billion. A tenth of $1 trillion.
You did good, but you fucked up. Howdy, howdy.
What's up? What's up?
Episode number 5
of the Hardcore Podcast.
That's right. This is the Pokemon episode.
Yep. I'm your host, Robert.
And I'm your co-host, Christopher Norwood. I've been waiting for this episode for a while.
Yeah, 5 whole episodes.
I mean, we talk about Pokemon in pretty much every episode.
I think we've talked about Pokemon at least once every episode.
Every episode. But this whole episode is nothing but Pokemon. So the last few games that have come out, you know, the whole Pokemon Sword and Shield era of TCG cards and any other Pokemon news that may come to mind. But first off, Robert is 29. His birthday was not too long ago. We had a party to celebrate. He has a new mic arm.
I do.
Yep. Look at us, twinsies.
Twinsies.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, mine was very springy.
Springy, the mic arm?
My old one was. You could like hear it and shit.
Yeah. I was never a fan of that, but it got the job done.
Hey man, $20 off of Amazon, you can't beat that.
Hey, first couple episodes I didn't even have one. So
that's true.
But yeah, no, 29, how do you feel? How does it feel to be like pretty much a third of the way done, you know, through your life?
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm just kidding.
It's morbid as fuck. I feel it. I feel it.
I mean, hell, freaking 90. If you made it to 90, if 30 is the 1/3 mark, that's a good life.
That's pretty, yeah. I'd be happy with 90.
Mm-hmm.
I feel 100's kind of pushing it. I mean, I don't know. If you're healthy, I mean, look at Betty White. She lived to 99 and she was in like great health.
Yeah, yeah.
Until she wasn't.
Until she wasn't. You're not promised tomorrow.
Yeah, never. But, yeah, I mean, I can't really say I feel older, but it's funny to make jokes about other people turning 30 and then I'm less than a year away now at this point in my life.
I don't think it'll be 30 for me, but I feel like when I reach that 40, 50 mark, I think I'm going to be one of those adult men who have a midlife crisis.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Kind of random, but I don't know. I was just thinking, I thought I'd share that. I think it's going to be me.
What would your like midlife crisis be?
I don't know. I mean, it's not.
Would you like go buy a fucking Corvette like most guys do? Ken's dad actually did that.
He has a Corvette?
I think he may have sold it actually. I think I remember Ken saying he sold it. He only had it for like a couple of years.
Mine would not be a vehicle. Like I like nice vehicles, but you know, I have a 2017 Hyundai Elantra that I'm hoping that will last me another 10 years at least. And
let's hope, man.
The thing was under 20 grand. Everything I could ask for in a vehicle, you know.
I feel that.
Hell, my buddy, I don't know if he'll ever listen to this, but my buddy that I work with, he just bought it was like a 2020 RT Charger or something, but it was like 40 to 50 grand.
What
no, actually, I don't know if it was like maybe pushing 40.
Was that
but
recently?
Even that, it was recent, yeah. But even pushing 40, I'm just like,
That's why fucking cars are expensive as shit right now.
I can't do it. I can see that price for maybe like an SUV or something, but yeah, just a car that's like not even good on gas. Like, nah.
Yeah, no, that's fucking. I mean, I had a Charger RT before the car I have now, and
I remember that. Yep.
Had to give it away because it was just too much on gas.
Yeah.
And I drive I drive approximately like 7,000 miles every quarter.
Excuse me. I do like 10,000 a year.
Must be nice.
I only work 8 miles away. And only work half the month. Working 12s. But back to Pokemon.
All right, here we go.
Last episode when we recorded it, we mentioned that Scarlet and Violet had just come out that day. So we had just got our hands on it, and then we didn't even play it yet. So how many hours are you in Scarlet and Violet?
I have no idea, honestly. Probably, if I were to guesstimate, I'd say under 20.
Oh, okay. I've kind of been no life in the game, I think, as you know.
Yep, I do know.
You walked into me playing, you seen the level of my Pokemon,
mm-hmm.
and I sent you a snap of the credits rolling. So with that being said, I beat the game today. Well, I got credits rolling, but there's post-game content. There's always shiny hunting and outbreaks, and so there's plenty of stuff to do.
The competitive side,
The competitive side, which, I may get into. But with that being said, we've actually had some hands-on time with the game. What do you think so far?
I like it.
Game is good.
Game good.
Game good.
No, I like it a lot. It's got some issues, of course.
Yeah.
But
and we had mentioned that we had heard about the performance issues. So now that we've had hands on, what do you think about that? Is it better than you thought it would be based off of, reviews and what people were saying about it performance wise? Or is it oh man, it's bad?
I think, I like it a lot just for what it is. It's a new generation. It's entirely open world. After, the first couple hours of beginning the game, it's kind of slow. But after that, you're just thrown in and you can do whatever at that point.
It is, well, especially for a Pokemon game, it is, you eventually get to a point where you can, kind of glide, and when you're high up, you can, see the whole vast, island or wherever you're on, Paldea. It's big.
It is.
There's plenty of stuff to explore.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's huge.
I would say game, at least, 2 to 3 times as big as, Arceus was. If you were to take all those areas and put it together, I would think so. At least 2 times.
Damn.
I would think so. That's just my opinion.
I never thought to even compare the two.
Yeah.
But yeah,
maybe.
They're both big. They're both pretty big either way.
Yeah, because some of those areas in Arceus were pretty big. But I would say as a whole, I would say it's about at least 2 times as big.
Yeah, but other than what the game has, from what we've experienced, it is frame rate issues, some rendering issues, we had said. But other than that, the game's nice. I like the game.
I agree. No, I've again kind of been no life and it's all I've been playing. Had to put down Ragnarok to play this game, and that, we were freaking praising that game last episode.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show how good the game's been. Where was I going with that? So my experience with the performance, it hasn't obviously it's there. There's been some little graphical glitches and frame rate drops and stuttering and stuff, but it hasn't taken away from my overall experience. It hasn't been that bad to where I'm all right, this is unplayable. There are some times when you're in a battle or something, or you're auto battling and it's raining. I swear that game's running at 15 frames per second.
Oh, it has to be.
It's you doing an attack. It's oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Yeah. Especially when you go to catch a Pokemon and the ball's going so slow, and you're oh god, is he gonna pop out or not? And that brings me to one thing. I don't know about you, but I feel like catching Pokemon in this game is so much more difficult.
It is. You'll get a Pokemon to literally 1 HP. And you can easily throw 10 Pokeballs at it and it will not.
Oh, Ultra Balls. It could be a level 20 Pokemon, false swipe it to 1 HP, freaking 5 Ultra Balls later, it's nothing.
Yeah.
10 Ultra Balls later, it's nothing.
It doesn't make sense. I don't know what they did to the catch rates, but
and I
it's
hate
definitely changed.
When, I was trying to catch a Go-Goat the other day, and it was probably level 40 or 50, but I false swiped it, and it would heal itself, but it would also use those moves that have recoil damage, and it ended up fucking killing itself. And I'm like, dude, this was
bane of
fucking
my existence.
pointless, man.
That has affected me my entire life playing Pokemon.
You motherfucker. Dude,
Yeah.
can you imagine back in the day, like, you know, with what shiny rates were back in the day, coming across a shiny and you just spent like hours or days and weeks just trying to find one, and then something like that happens?
It happens, dude.
I would fucking throw that SP through the window.
Dude, yeah, I've seen lots of streamers have that occur to
Just
them.
like rage moments.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you
just
can
search
look up
shiny fails on
shiny
YouTube.
fails or Pokemon rage moments.
Yeah, it's absurd.
That'd be entertaining.
Or accidentally running from a shiny Pokemon, like God, you've got to feel like an just pure dread at that moment.
I remember, I don't know if it was like legit or not, but I remember seeing a post, and it was this person who found a shiny, but they didn't know what shinies were. So he went to like a forum and was like, "Hey, what's wrong with my Pokemon?"
Yeah.
And
it was the Latios.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember, but people are like, "Oh, it's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Release it, or it's going to like
kill it
spread,
and it'll respawn red again."
That is crazy.
Or Latios, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
No, especially a fucking legendary. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't imagine.
Mm-mm-mm.
But I mean, what are your like total thoughts on the game since you've played all of it?
All right, so since I've beat the game, again, you have like the performance issues, which like if I was to score it, I don't think the performance issues would take away from my score.
Right.
Like obviously I don't want those issues, but again, it just didn't take away from my overall fun. So I don't know if y'all know, but so the story to Scarlet and Violet, unlike other Pokemon games, there's like 3 different quest lines you can follow. So you have your classic kind of get all the gym badges and then fight the Elite Four. You have the you have to fight Titan Pokemon to get like these special herbs for this one character that you meet, so he can his character likes to cook, so he wants these herbs so he can cook. And then there's like these what would you call it, like raid battles against like different little like the Star Clan or something.
Yeah, it's like the is it just called like Star Clan or
Star something Star?
Yeah, but
it may be clan.
It's essentially like the enemies of this game, like the Team Rocket equivalent.
Yeah, like Team Magma, Team Aqua. You know, every Pokemon game has that, and that's what this one is. With
that one, I guess it's just like you throw your Pokemon out and it auto battles.
And I think we may have talked about the mechanic a little bit. But,
we may have.
We'll get into it more, but yeah, continue.
But yeah, it's just like an auto battle, and then you have to defeat a certain amount of Pokemon, and then you can face the leader, and then it's got, how many of those are there?
I think it's like 5 or 6 of them.
So yeah,
5 or 6 of those, and then the Titan Pokemon that you have to fight. I think there's like 5 of those, and then your 8 badges.
Yeah.
So a little bit on the story. So you're, I guess you just kind of like move to this island. And you go to the, is it UVA Academy or something like that?
Maybe. I don't remember.
You go to the academy, and like it's kind of weird because like right when you go in, it passes a little bit of time, but your like end goal is you have this one project, and it's just to discover your treasure, just to find your treasure. So you can go back and like take classes, which classes just kind of teach you more about like type matchups and just like different Pokemon lore and stuff. But you know what you're supposed to do is just go find your treasure. So whatever that is, so you just go out from there. It's just free roam, open world.
Treasure is kind of like meaning your purpose.
Yeah, yeah. You know. But I mean, it's not like every individual player will have their own treasure. That's just like the story of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, from there you just can kind of do whatever you want. It's kind of cool. You can go to whichever you start off with the Titans. You can do the gyms. You can do like the raids, or you can just kind of do like one of each. You can literally play it how you want. You know, like obviously you go to certain areas and there's level 50 Pokemon when you're level 11. So, you know, that kind of lets you know, like, all right, maybe I'm not ready for this, but
Right.
you can realistically go through the game and play it how you want. So I liked that. I liked some things that they brought over from Arceus, like outbreaks and stuff. That just makes like shiny catching easier.
Easier for sure.
But yeah, no, all that to say, I really enjoyed the game. Yeah, the game came out like Thursday or last Friday?
Friday.
And, you know, I'm probably about 40 hours in, and it's Wednesday now. It hasn't even been out a week yet.
Mm-hmm.
So if that goes to show like how much I've enjoyed the game. But yeah, no, I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as Arceus, because I'm a really big Arceus fan, but definitely like in the top Pokemon games that I've played.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I agree.
had a lot of fun. And just getting into it real quick, like I'm not going to spoil anything, but like the story is kind of like, again, it's like you go to school and then they're like, hey, go find your treasure, and that's really what it is for a while. But like weirdly, the very end got like kind of dark and pretty deep, and it like kind of tugged on my heartstrings a little bit. I was like, damn, I wasn't expecting this from the Pokemon game.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit about it. Not exactly about it, but how it was like that off camera. And I was like, interested.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
I'm really excited for you to get to that point.
Me too.
Yeah, because it was like I messaged our buddy Matt, who is he beat the game freaking Monday. Like he really he must have had like
full send.
Yeah. I don't know if he was like on vacation or something too, but yeah, he full sent it. But I was messaging him and I was like, dude, is it me or did the ending of this game just like get crazy good? And he was like, yeah. But like, yeah, so the story's meh. The ending's pretty good. I like how they kind of ended each quest line. Shoot, I was just about to reference something.
To Arceus?
No, I lost my train of thought.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, we'll come back to it. But music, that's what it was. The music.
Oh, the music's a lot different than any other Pokemon game.
There's this one point towards the end of the game where like just the total atmosphere of the music changes. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Really?
This shit's so good.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Again, that whole part of the game I'm really excited for you to get to. But yeah, no, I mean, I fucking love the game. It's been a lot of fun. I like that it's for someone who's kind of new to the competitive side, and I haven't really jumped in that with this game, but like leveling up your Pokemon and like getting like the perfect stats and stuff with like, I don't know if hyper training is in Sword and Shield. Is it?
I believe it is.
Oh, okay.
Some variation of it.
Well, yeah, like I found the person that hyper trains, so you don't even really have to necessarily worry about like finding that perfect statted Pokemon. Like you can, if you have enough money, you can, hyper train. And I don't know. It's just, I feel like I don't know. Throughout each game, I feel like they've added more quality of life aspects, and I feel like we're at a good point now where like it's easier for someone to get into the competitive, the competitive part of the game.
Yeah.
Of Pokemon.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is you can't check your IVs still until after you beat the game, which is fucking lame.
See, that was part of the reason why I really pushed just to like get the game done quick, because I was like, oh man, I want to be able to see if like this is actually a good Pokemon, like, if I should be putting the time into training this one, or if I should try to catch a better one. That was before I knew about the hyper training.
Yeah. Were any of your team, have you checked any of their IVs yet?
I did. Yeah, once I was able to judge the Pokemon, that was the first thing I did, was just go to my box and just kind of go through them. And none of them, because I was catching like one of every Pokemon. Like you're talking...
Yeah.
I think in this game there's like 400 Pokemon, and at that point I was like over 200 in. So I had checked them all one by one. And yeah, I had some pretty good ones, but none that were like perfect.
Yeah, what did this game add? Like 108 Pokemon?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 108.
So this is like the most they've added in, I want to say probably at least the last 5 generations, or maybe all of them. I don't know what the max they added was per generation, but at least from what I've seen, from when we looked it up, it was like at least like the last 5 generations.
Yeah, it's probably the most. Well, I mean, you think about the early gens, they're literally like Gen 2. Like they're doing nothing but just like adding new Pokemon. So like the early gens, you probably do have more than 108.
Probably.
I would think. But yeah, no, either way, they added a ton of Pokemon. And that was one thing that was like nice about this game. Like I never beat, shame on me, but I never beat Sword and Shield. Like for whatever reason, I wasn't really able to like get into it. But like in comparison, Sword and Shield in Scarlet and Violet, I felt like you've seen a lot more like new gen Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Versus Sword and Shield. I remember starting Sword and Shield, and you're introduced to some new Pokemon, but I'm like, all right, I've seen you. But like right from the start, it's like nothing but new Pokemon thrown at you.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked how 'cause Sword and Shield was like open world, like overworld Pokemon as well. But this game just does it better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you have like your section of Pokemon here, and they're running around, but they're amongst other of the same type of Pokemon, or not the same type, but other types of Pokemon, which is cool. And it's kind of, I don't know how to really explain that, but like in nature, like you don't see a lion hanging out with an antelope,
Oh,
but it's like the Pokemon that coexist, it seems that they would coexist.
Yeah, it's like environmentally realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like it feels organic. Like, oh, this is what the actual Pokemon world would be like.
Right.
Yeah,
and there might be some that differ, but from what I've seen, it seems pretty realistic.
I agree. 40 hours in, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
So of the new gen Pokemon, the ones that you've seen, like obviously you haven't seen them all. Hell, 40 hours in, I don't think I've seen all the new Pokemon. But like, what are some that you're a fan of? What are some you really like?
I can't remember the pre-evolution, but I do know that you hate it. But Scovillain.
I
thought he was cool.
Well, once I found out he's like a bell pepper Pokemon, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I didn't piece that together when I first seen him.
I did not actually know that.
I'm pretty sure because I remember reading about him, like they use his teeth in dishes for a spice.
Oh, God, that's so fucked up.
And I'm pretty sure it is fucked up. A lot of those Pokemon descriptions are fucked up.
The Pokédex is wild.
Yeah. I mean, they're really fun to read, though. But yeah, like Scovillain, that's how you... I mean, gosh, can we just say, what a good name.
It is. I was thinking about that. What a good
name. I will say...
Like Scovo, like a hot scale.
Yep. Like out of all
pepper.
the... like the Pokemon that, have been introduced in this gen, like I've just been kind of like piecing the names together, and I'm like, damn, these are so good. These are like so well done.
And then what's that one fish Pokemon that you see towards the last Titan, I believe?
The small one?
Yeah. He's got like a Japanese like sushi name. I can't remember.
Hold on, is it the big one or the small one? The one that has like a bunch of different color variations. I can't remember, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them of the same color, and then I've seen one the opposite color. I was like, holy fuck, is that shiny? And I got so disappointed.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You're like, oh my gosh, shinies everywhere. I could be remembering this wrong, but when you catch the Pokemon, it shows you like the Pokédex entry. And I want to say that was like one of the smartest Pokemon. Like it said, this is literally like the smartest Pokemon.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, would have never guessed.
Yeah, but it like uses that big Pokemon to fight for it and shit like that.
Yeah.
The bigger fish Pokemon.
Because once you catch that big one, shoot, do you remember his name?
No, not yet.
Again, it had like some actual like kind of like Japanese, almost like Yakuza-like name or something. But it said in his entry that like it looks at that smaller Pokemon as like a mob boss.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting.
Which kind of checks out because usually like any type of like realistic like life boss would be like the, for reference, like a mob boss, like the short Italian guy,
Oh, yeah.
Whereas like
Because
the
to make up
fucking,
for his size, he's got that attitude.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
going to
he's got the
persuade you to
wit.
do some things.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, Scovillain was one of my favorites. What the fuck is Charcadet's Charcadet's evolution? I can't remember that.
Fun fact, I have not even evolved that thing
Me
yet.
neither. I haven't either.
It was weird, like, when they introduced that Pokemon in, like, the videos before the game came out, I thought he was going to play a big role in, like, the story or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, yeah, no, I haven't even evolved him yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know what his name is, but he looks cool as fuck.
He is cool. The only reason that I took him off my team is because I already have a fucking Fire Ghost Pokemon.
That is, oh
being
yeah, 'cause you
Skeledirge.
chose,
Yeah.
So Skeledirge being the final evolution of Huecoco.
Yeah.
We may have referenced that last episode, but
Maybe.
do you what was his second type? So fire
Ghost.
Ghost.
He's Fire Ghost. He's literally the same as Charcadets or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was just like, I don't need this on my team.
Okay, because I went with Quaxley,
Mm-hmm.
and the final evolution for that is water fighting.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, again, like my team is like mostly level 80s, like that's where I'm at. And I dropped him at level like 40. Like I don't even use him anymore.
The fucking one thing you're never supposed to do in a Pokemon game. Hope everybody flames you for that.
What, drop your starter?
Not in the first run.
Are you really not supposed to? Is that a thing?
It's an unspoken rule, dude.
Is it? I feel
Yeah.
like that would be like, I don't know. I feel like that's like a noob rule or something. Like a noob
rule.
thing. I don't know.
No, I mean, personally, I don't ever do it. I think I may have done it in... Actually, no, I don't know if I've ever done that. I've always usually kept it on my team until post-game, of course, when I want to,
Yeah. Well,
have
I
some
feel
variations.
like if the final evolution was actually
Cool.
and much more enjoyable, like I would have left him there. But once I got, and I'm going to say, like, I've never, like, not liked this Pokemon, but this game has really made me appreciate Azumarill. And once I got Azumarill, that Pokemon just straight fucks.
He does. He's a
And-
fucker.
He's a fucker. And, he's water fairy, so I was like, I don't even need you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been nice to have, because I don't have any, like, fighting moves
Mhm.
on my team. Like, that would have been nice to have, but I don't even fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, Azumarill is that guy. He's that guy.
That's fair enough.
But yeah, no, Scovillain, cool name. I mean, I caught a Scovillain, but just for the Pokédex, it ain't like he's in my team.
Mhm.
But I know, what was that other one you really liked? The mouse, the two mouse.
Oh, fuck.
Tandem mouse.
Tandem Mouse, yeah.
Tandem mouse. Yeah, that's actually a really cute Pokemon because
Yeah, I
it's
thought it
like
was
two
cool.
mice.
Yeah, and they just coexist together.
I just love that when you actually fight it, like they open their mouths real wide. They're like,
Yeah, that's cute as hell.
Tandem Mouse is cool. Everyone's been obsessed with like Smoliv. Smoliv is pretty cool.
Mhm.
I finally evolved Smoliv, and the final evolution is actually really neat.
Does it have two evolutions?
It has two.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a 2-stage Pokemon.
Hmm.
But I'm trying to think of the pre-evolution, but I know it evolves into Cetitan. It's like an ice type Pokemon.
Yeah.
That
I know what you're talking
I
about.
love the look of that.
Okay.
Yeah, like visually. Yeah, I really I like that Pokemon a lot.
You're talking about the first evolution?
Well, I
or-
like the first one. Both. Like
Oh,
the first
okay.
one's cute, and the second one just looks pretty badass. But I
Yeah.
just feel like visually it was just very appealing. I'm trying to think. Like, what are some other
Oh,
like
you know.
new gen Pokemon?
Fuck,
that
what
I
is that?
like?
What's the new cricket one? Do you know the name of that?
Oh man, I see it all the time. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
I
second
like the evolution of that one.
Oh, the second evolution.
It's cool as fuck.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because I remember
Did someone say it's not cool?
Well, when we were first talking about the game, when we first started it, I was like, "Did you ever run into that like tiny ass cricket Pokemon?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, dude, that shit's lame."
Well, I didn't like. Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
But I seen the evolution the other day, and I was like, "Dude, this is cool as fuck."
Oh, he's really cool. And sorry that we, the game just came out. Like, it's a lot of new names thrown at you.
So
we
many
have
new names to remember.
We're not able to fucking remember, especially me. Like, my memory's terrible. But, I should just stop trying to remember what the name of that thing is. But yeah, new cricket Pokemon. If you haven't played yet or you're just starting, look out for it. Catch it, keep it, evolve it. It's cool.
Yeah. It's dope.
New cricket. Hell, the other day I didn't come across it, but I fought it. The new evolution for Primate, Annihilate.
Dude,
pretty cool, pretty badass.
Spoiler alert.
But sorry, yeah,
Primate
no, but it was about
evolution.
damn time. And it's funny because before the game came out, we had like called two of them. We called Girafarig, and then we called Primate.
We also said Tauros, but he didn't get a evolution. He just got a regional.
He got a regional,
but it's cool as fuck. It's on my team.
I'd say it's cool. I don't know if
what?
It's cool as fuck. It's cool.
Dude, it's a solid black Tauros. It's dope.
It's cool. It's cool.
He's fighting type.
It's cool, man.
Bro, dude, he would kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, but he's also stubborn as fuck. Remember when you almost lost because you're like, attack, and he was like, Ugh.
But you know why? It's because I didn't have enough badges to fucking command him.
I know, still stubborn. Stubborn.
Hey, he's a bull. What can you do?
He is. But yeah, no, he's cool. He's cool. Let's see, who also got new like regional types?
I have no idea.
Oh, Quagsire.
Oh yeah. Wooper and Quagsire.
What is it? Claude? Claude?
I haven't even seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it. Well, I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in game.
Claudsire. I think that's it. Sorry if I'm wrong.
With a C or a Q?
I think it's Claudsire, like with the C.
Oh.
I could be wrong. But I like it. Like it still has that same, in my opinion, appeal that Quagsire has. Like it's cute, but it's not standing. It's like on all fours.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought he was fucking cute. Pretty cool. And in the game, you're able to trade for an actual Quagsire.
Yeah, that's usually what they do. That's like the one way to get like the other variation of it. So you trade.
I will say if there's someone you can speak with about a like normal Tauros, I haven't found them yet.
There may be.
Yeah, there may be.
I would assume
in one of the towns. You just gotta fucking walk around and talk to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice because in this game, if someone has something important to say, they're like
it's like highlighted yellow.
Yeah. So you can just kind of walk around and like see if there's going to be a highlight on what they're going to say.
Yeah,
whether or not to talk to them.
Another nice thing about the game is like, although it is like pretty fucking big, the buildings, like you don't have to go through every fucking door, talk to every fucking person like in any other Pokemon game. Because that's what I would do just to get my items. But
because
whereas this one it kind of blocks off, which in a way some people may not like. They may want to explore like these buildings, but in my opinion, it's nice that I don't have to do that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Like that was kind of like, I know what you're referencing when you would go, like you'd start a new game. You're like, all right, every town I go to, I have to talk to everyone because they may either want to trade or have an item to give me. Like it felt like a chore after a while.
Yeah.
So again, quality of life. It's nice to just kind of breeze by everyone and see if anyone has anything important to say.
Yeah. And that being highlighted, it just makes things so much easier.
Quality, baby. Quality.
Yeah.
I feel like I was going to say something when you referenced that.
I don't know, man. I can't pick your brain.
My brain, man. My brain.
Shit ain't working. I can't read.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. If you know, you know.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, no.
see.
Overall, like, I thought Scarlet and Violet's really good. You know, still think it's good. And I don't know if I referenced it already, but like, you know, with beating the game, there's still plenty of post-game content.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the game hasn't been out a week, so you know they're going to have updates and shit going on for at least a few years. So
Oh, they'll have DLC.
yeah, plenty of like hours worth. I will say, now that I think about it, I don't know if it's going to be DLC, but I remember months ago, hell, it may have been over a year ago.
Are you gonna get at the Hisuian?
No.
Oh, what are you gonna?
I remember there was a leak that they were supposed to be a regional oddish. And I could have swore it was like verified. So I was like kind of like going through the game, like waiting to come across it, but I never did. Like, I don't know. I haven't heard anyone say anything about it. I haven't seen pictures, so maybe it was just like false. Or again,
Maybe
DLC or something.
could be.
Yeah, because I
know.
remember seeing designs for the oddish and the gloom. I didn't see them for the Vileplume because I'm a big Vileplume fan, so I was really stoked on that, but no, I didn't,
Yeah, I don't
didn't get
know.
anything.
That kind of sparked something in my brain.
I may have like told you about
But-
it when I first seen it because again I was excited about it.
It's hard to say with leaks and stuff, but
Yeah, that is true.
shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, gotcha. I will say.
I was gonna say, I caught a Gumi, the pre-evolution of Goodra, and unfortunately, I looked up. I was like, how to get Hisuian Goodra.
Hold on, you thought Hisuian Goodra was in this game?
Well, the fucked up part is all the Hisuian versions are in the game files. They're just not in the game, so it's probably some DLC shit.
Maybe.
Or
Well, I
event.
mean, eventually, I guess that's.
Oh, it's probably gonna be the Pokemon Home.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just like all Pokemon games, you're eventually able to get all Pokemon in that game.
That's
It's
not
just-
true.
It's not true.
Nope. Sword and Shield did not have all Pokemon.
It didn't have all Pokemon?
For instance, Go-Go, this is the first game he's been in since X and Y.
Really?
Yes.
Hold on, that you couldn't even bring him from Pokemon Home into Sword and Shield?
No.
What?
Yeah.
That was just like it just like error wouldn't let you?
It just wouldn't let you. Yeah.
Why? That's so
Because
random.
they didn't want to update their fucking their files, I guess. Because I mean, they have to craft all these animations and
Was it
things.
just like a handful? Or is it like an actual decent amount?
It had to have been a decent amount. Well, that was like the
I was
big
gonna say
thing
Go-Go, like-
that was the big thing with Sword and Shield, where people were turned off because that was the first game where they did not bring every Pokemon back. And that's why they had 2 DLCs that they ran people's fucking pockets for.
Mm-hmm.
And people bought that shit up, which, I mean, it's whatever. They added actual content to it.
Mm-hmm. All right, well,
but-
I stand corrected there, but I would think Hisuian for sure they would bring.
Oh, they'll be
because
in here.
Arceus literally was released the same year.
Yeah,
you
but I'm
know?
fucking pissed that I can't have a Goodra on my team right now. Like,
So
come on.
is normal Goodra just not even worth it?
No, it's worth it. I
It's
just like the
just
Hisuian
Hisuian's
one.
better.
It's cute as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Arceus came out, like Hisuian Goodra like stayed on your team.
Oh yeah, dude. I like the way it slivers into its little
I like that
little
noise it
cave.
makes. I will say what did it for me was freaking Hisuian Arcanine.
Yes.
I absolutely loved Hisuian Arcanine.
Like I want that on my fucking team. That'd be dope.
Oh my gosh, yes, you're telling me.
A fucking shiny one.
Before we go on, is there anything else you want to say about Scarlet and Violet? Because with that being said, I kind of want to go into Arceus a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I have I have something to say to Nintendo.
Oh.
Fix your
Nintendo,
fucking game.
fix it. If you're listening, fix it.
How is there not a fucking patch? This is the highest.
Headaches. You give me headaches.
This is
it?
the
'Cause I'm
highest.
Psyduck?
Yes, I get it. And you're Josh from Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
But this is the highest grossing franchise in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And they put
Facts.
this shit out running like this, bro.
Get him. Get him, Rob. Get him.
This shit ain't right.
Get him. Tear him
Ow,
up.
fuck, dude.
Tear him up.
Ow, that hurt. So I fucked up my...
You fucked up.
I fucked up my hand on my birthday. But yeah, I can't snap correctly right now. It's bruised. I don't know if you could see that.
Yeah, well, from here I can see that it's still pretty red.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Nintendo, like, what the fuck?
Get your shit together.
Great game, but like,
yeah,
get your shit together, Game Freak.
Which, I mean, it was probably like, you know, we were referencing this in like a Snap group we're a part of, but like, you know, workload.
Dude.
But like when you give us a release date, we expect it to come out and like, you know, after a day one patch, be good. But if you're going to, within a year, pretty much remake a game, release a new game in that same year, like that's a pretty heavy workload. Like why?
And I'm sure there's like, yeah, I'm sure there's different teams working on each of these games and then some like cross-pollinating.
There has to be, yeah.
They are worth $95 billion, bro. That's 1/10 of $1 trillion.
That's crazy.
Hire some more fucking people. Fix this goddamn game.
That's crazy.
That being said, great fucking game.
Great fucking game. You did fucking good, but you fucked up.
And if you don't like it, I mean, don't play it. I can't really say much else.
It's a lot of fun. We may come back to Scarlet and Violet, but since I've finished the game, is it okay if I go ahead and kind of score it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said earlier that the performance, I'm not even going to take that into account. I'm going to kind of put that aside because for me, like it didn't affect my fun. Like I feel like if it ran, it's kind of funny to say if it ran a smooth 30 frames versus like 60, but even if it ran like a smooth 30, I don't think that would have been like, oh, that would have made it even more fun. Like it was still very enjoyable. So I'm going to give it a 9.
A 9?
A 9. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a really good time with it. And what takes away from that, you know, that one point would be, I feel like some of like the characters' motives and why they do things is kind of, for lack of a better term, stupid. Like it just, I don't know. I feel like it could have been written better. And some of like the new gen Pokemon I just wasn't really a fan of. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm sure someone out there
they'll grow
loves
on you.
them. Yeah, and again, that is fair. It's been a few days.
Right.
It's literally been a few days.
Yeah.
But you know, just first impression, not a fan of. But yeah, no, I'm gonna say a 9.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty good score.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was very happy with it. But we were referencing like Hisuian Pokemon, so I would like to go over to Arceus if that's okay.
No.
Okay. What's next on the list?
No, we can talk about Arceus.
Oh, real quick. With Scarlet and Violet, I was very sad to find this out because I never messed with Pokemon Home, and we've been doing some shiny hunting.
Wait, did you get a subscription already?
No, because I think it's free unless you want to bring more Pokemon.
Right. And if you want a bigger dex or whatever.
So I literally just freaking like signed on, made an account, and then I looked it up again, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm not actually able to do this. So with that being said, Scarlet and Violet is not supported at the moment with Pokemon Home. And I think they said that they're thinking around springtime of next year. So hopefully... Like, I would love it ASAP. I'd love it sooner than spring, but, like, don't push that back. Hopefully, we're at least able to get springtime of next year.
That would be nice.
Yeah, because I was wanting to, we'll get more into it when we talk about Arceus, but I was wanting to bring, like, some of my perfect Pokemon and, like, my shinies over from Arceus and kind of flex a little bit, but wasn't able to do that. Ooh. Real quick, another thing about Scarlet and Violet, a thing that helps my immersion in the game, and I appreciate it, is I love when, and Sword and Shield did this too, but I love when you're able to like kind of step away from battling and stuff and just fucking like enjoy the Pokemon. So like the whole picnic thing,
dude.
I thought that was so cool. Like you can fucking you can give your Pokemon a bath and stuff, and wash them off, and I don't know. I like that, adds to my immersion.
Yeah, it was a cool upgrade from Sword and Shield, because Sword and Shield's like picnic aspect thing. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, you can camp.
Camp.
It's camp.
Yeah, but that shit was kind of lame. Like you throw a ball, one of the Pokemon that you have there will go get it.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of, I mean, it was cool at the time, but with the resources, they can do much better. Hell, they could do better than they can now. They just, fucking Game Freak.
Man.
Little by little.
It's weird. They're just, like you said, little by little, they're just giving us a little bit of this.
Seriously.
It's like a breadcrumb trail. It's like, we're just going to give you a little bit. All right. Like next time, a little bit more.
Imagine the Switch being as powerful as like a fucking PS5.
Oh,
and then developing a fucking Pokemon game for that.
I literally can't. You know how long we have?
That's what I'm saying.
PS5?
That's fucking 75 years from now.
Yeah. For Nintendo, yes.
It's been 25 plus years.
Can you imagine
and this is what they're at.
A handheld as powerful as a PS5? Like, I literally can't grasp that.
I mean, yeah, not as powerful, but I mean, you have the
literally,
Steam Deck.
PS4.
You have the Steam Deck now.
Shoot, sometimes I feel like 360 games look better than Switch games.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you freaking gave us like early PS4 graphics, like I'm still happy.
Yeah.
Like the Switch isn't even there. They're still like behind 3 generations. I mean, that's a topic for another time.
Yeah.
But I think that's finally everything I wanted to say about Scarlet and Violet. Solid 9, really fun game. If you're going through it right now, I hope you're having a good time. And if you're kind of thinking about getting it, definitely pick it up. It's worth it. Easily, games like that, easily worth your money. Like you spend hundreds of hours in games like that. It's a no-brainer.
I will bring up one more Scarlet and Violet
we can go back to it.
But it's also in the talk about a console.
Okay.
Can you explain to us what happened in Kansas today?
Man.
Kansas is his girlfriend.
Yeah, so Kansas is my girlfriend, and it's funny because we were literally talking about Black Friday sales, and I had mentioned, because she has why anyone would get this, I don't know, but just the handheld. She had the handheld Switch, so you can't dock it up or anything. It's just the Switch Lite. That's what it's called. She had the Switch Lite. Which, to be fair, she does most of her games. She does mostly handheld gaming, but still, why would you not want the option to like plug it up to the big screen? So she's been gaming on that, and we had not jokingly, but she's mentioned that she wants an OLED Switch. Mm-hmm. So we were talking today about like, hey, maybe there's some Black Friday sales. And she had told me that she couldn't find any. But then, just out of nowhere, she sends me a picture, and she's like, all right, well, I bought this. I think she said Merry Christmas to me or something. So she bought herself the OLED Switch, and I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, oh, that's sick. And then she sends us another picture, and she was like, well, I'm going to fucking kill myself or something.
Well, I got that same picture. That was like, Merry Christmas to me.
Yeah.
With the Switch. And my first thought was, this motherfucker did not transfer her shit. And I was like, she may have turned her Switch in.
I wasn't thinking that.
Collateral.
Yeah, and that's exactly what she did. Because, Pokemon is one of those games for the Switch that doesn't have, like, if you have the Nintendo Switch Online, like, it doesn't have those, like, cloud storage saves or whatever they're called.
Fucking stupid.
Which is really fucking stupid. Nintendo, get your shit together. Like, why not? Fucking, that doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, no, so she did not transfer. Because, I mean, again, she traded in her Switch Lite. How would she have been able to? But also, like, I'm guessing if she traded it in, she probably got it from GameStop. That's shame on them.
That's what I was talking. Like, I asked her in the Snap group we're in, because we have a Pokemon Snap group now.
Yeah.
I was like, so did the employee say something about it, like transferring data? And they were even talking about the fucking game.
I know.
She was like, oh, yeah, I got 3 batches. And he said he had 2.
They knew.
And he was resetting the shit.
Yeah. They knew that she was still playing through the game. You didn't say anything.
My God damn.
I don't know. I mean, not to like go ham on like just some person that works at GameStop, but you would think there's like some type of training or something, like you have to have like a knowledge of these things to work at a game that's, you know, a place that specializes in gaming. Like obviously if you go to, I don't know, if you go to like a furniture place or any kind of place like that, you want to talk to someone who has like some type of knowledge of like decor or like, hey, what's going to look good, and you know, your living room and blah blah blah, whatever it may be. Oh man, I'm starting to get warm in this. So yeah,
that was my thought. Like as a casual gamer, you and I, my first thought was, did you transfer the data? As a worker for GameStop,
right?
I know that shit crossed his mind, but he or she was probably like, I don't want to fucking deal with this right now. That's probably an hour's worth of transfers, probably. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got customers.
Yeah.
Probably the only fucking person in the store.
Probably.
On a Wednesday.
Yeah, and he can tell just from the conversation that she's oblivious to it. You know,
yes.
Like she just, you know, didn't really know. But yeah, no, all that to say, and she wasn't super far. She was probably not even as far as you are, but still like 10 to 15 hours, I would say. Like all that just gone. Yeah. She has to start from the beginning. But she, you know, at least has a new Switch, a much more vibrant, bright screen. But yeah, no, she's got to start from the beginning. She's lost. Hopefully she can at least get some of her save data from other games, just no Pokemon games.
Yeah.
That sucks because she did not finish Arceus. So that's,
I don't
she probably wouldn't go back
to it, but
like still, that's probably 50 plus hours just
I know
gone. She beat Sword and Shield.
She did.
Like, what if she really got into it and was thinking about like the whole Pokemon home thing?
That's the fucked up thing. She can't transfer those Pokemon over.
Nope.
And I couldn't do that either.
And she got shinies. She had shinies in Arceus, so she would have at least brought those shinies over.
Yeah.
Nope. But yeah, no, that was pretty fucked.
I wonder if
it made me sick.
I wonder if Pokemon Snap got transferred.
Oh, fuck. We're still playing that.
Yeah.
Damn, we're still going through Pokemon Snap. Fuck, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But
worth looking into, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah. I was reading that, and I was just feeling kind of sick to my stomach. I was like, ugh, I can't imagine starting all over. And I can be 2 hours in a game. I'm going to be pissed if I have to start all over.
Well, I mean, it's literally 2 hours of pure time just gone.
Yeah.
Like
just doing
out
the
of
same
your existence.
thing, the same dialogue.
Yeah.
But
hey, we've all been there.
Especially
like fucking early systems, like memory card corrupts or some shit like that.
Your data has been corrupted. Oh my god.
There's no worse feeling.
Especially as a kid.
Yeah.
You know? Like when that's all you have.
Yeah.
Oh, especially on like a Game Boy SP or something. Oh, funny story. I don't remember a lot of the details, but my cousin Mikey, when like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald were a big thing, I had Emerald, and I don't think he quite had Emerald. So I had brought over my SP, and we were playing Pokemon. He was probably playing Ruby or Sapphire. And I was going to bed, and he was like, hey, can I play Emerald? I'm going to start a new save, but I'm not going to save. I just want to start a new game and just play.
No.
And I'm sure you know where this is going. Oh. That motherfucker saved over my shit.
But that's the thing, though, is even if you start a new save, you're fucked. Because you have to delete that save.
Oh, do you?
Yes. So even though you have that mindset,
yeah,
you delete the save prior.
You know, this was years ago. So as a kid, I probably didn't even know that.
When my brother first got Pokemon Stadium, I did the same. As a kid, I just deleted a save file on accident. Yeah.
Damn.
Fucked up.
Yeah, no, I remember being pretty upset. And it was really funny because I don't know if you remember this, but obviously you had the Game Boy Advance, you had the SP. Do you remember the Micro? The Game Boy Micro? It was literally this big. But it was a Game Boy Advance player, but it was a Micro. Yeah, he had that.
Jeez.
I mean, same size screen and everything, but just a much more smaller handheld. But yeah, no, little funny story there. But Arceus.
Well,
Arceus.
lead us, because I haven't fucking played Arceus since March
man. All
at
right.
least.
Again, I think I referenced it.
Probably February, actually.
I can't remember when I stopped because I was playing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you still never got the true ending.
I didn't. I never fought Arceus.
Yeah, so we can definitely spoil that game because it's going on
nearly
a year.
been a year, yeah.
Yeah, so with Arceus, once you beat the game, there's still post-game stuff, and that's not the true ending. Once you complete your Pokédex, you're then able to fight Arceus and then get Arceus. So I guess you're not really completing your Pokédex, but until you fight Arceus. And that's the true ending.
Right.
But oh my gosh. Again, past episodes, you probably have some kind of idea, but man, Arceus would definitely be in my personal contender for Game of the Year. Like that game really, man, for a Pokemon game, that game was phenomenal. And the thing is, like, story, I like a good story in every game I play, but like story, meh. You're usually not going to Pokemon for the story, but still there's like, you want something,
Yeah.
which there's something there, but it's just by no means good. But man, just what they did so differently with Arceus just, I don't know, really resonated for me. I don't know.
Well, the whole game,
about that.
It was just in like the kind of art style that Breath of the Wild was in.
Very artsy, artistic.
It ran fucking amazing.
I think so. I loved it.
It did.
But with doing that art style, it's less demanding on a console. So like, you can do that. Which if they would have done that for Scarlet and Violet, I would have been very okay with it. Like, you can dumb down the graphics a little bit. Like, not that those graphics are dumbed down, but in that style, there's a little bit less detail,
Yeah.
But, like, I would have been okay with that. Honestly, I love that Scarlet and Violet was open world, but if they would have done that game like they did Arceus, I would have been okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just have more areas to explore because there was only like 4 or 5 in Arceus. But, like, I would have been okay with that. But, yeah, no, Arceus, I just felt like entry level, it's the perfect Pokemon game. And that's what I needed. I feel like when you, especially us being like so close as friends, like when I get into Pokemon, like I have like friends like you and Antonio who were actually really into the competitive scene at one point. So I kind of get overwhelmed with like EVs and IVs because Pokemon can be an overwhelming game. There's a lot to it. It's very complex.
It's even overwhelming to me, and I've played Pokemon my entire fucking life.
Well, yeah.
There is just so much depth
to
these games competitively.
Yeah.
And Arceus was the one game that was not competitive in any facet whatsoever.
Which kind of stinks because I was hoping there was going to be some type of multiplayer update where you could at least battle,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like you didn't have to like worry about finding this perfect Pokemon and then leveling it up and like working on that just to have the perfect stats. Like, no, you could literally find any Pokemon and through like, finding the right items and stuff, you could get it to like perfect EVs.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, again, just a really good entry point for, people just getting into Pokemon. But yeah, no, it's just a lot of fun. Like, I like that you could catch Pokemon outside of battle. Like, you could literally just sneak up on Pokemon. Like, I remember I would just do sessions where I just wanted to level up a bunch. And I would have like an hour and a half where I would catch 200 to 300 Pokemon. Because you could just get in the grass, sneak, and just hit them with a Pokeball in the back. And they would just, most of the time get caught.
Right.
And there were items that you could throw at Pokemon to kind of better your chances of catching them that would kind of disorient them or stun them. And then you throw a Pokeball. But I don't know. I just really liked that part of the game. I liked that catching the Pokemon and just being able to do it that quickly leveled you up. So whereas in Pokemon now, like you have to really like spend days to get to level 100 or hours and hours. Oh man, you could level a Pokemon up really quick in Arceus.
Oh,
I don't know. I just really appreciated that. Yeah.
No, I really like the Arceus system. The battling was a little weird. I mean, it was both tough and easy at the same time.
What was weird about it to you? I'm just curious.
uh, it wasn't a normal Pokemon game, so like some Pokemon can learn moves that they would never learn, like a fucking Starmie learning fucking Fire Blast, for example. Just like I mean, I don't even know if fucking Starmie was in the game, but
I don't think so.
right. But yeah, as an example,
yeah.
like they would just have like a certain amount of moves, and a lot of Pokemon could learn a lot of these moves, and but that and like the difficulty was like both high and low at the same time. It was just a weird scaling. Like you're in a battle with a Pokemon and you could die, just to a wild Pokemon. Or lose.
Especially in alpha early game.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember another really phenomenal thing that Arceus did was add alpha Pokemon, which are normal Pokemon, but they're just huge versions of it.
That was the best part.
And I want to say there was an alpha for every Pokemon. Like it was possible to find an alpha for every Pokemon.
Probably.
I thought I remember you saying that. But when you start off the game, you're introduced to these alpha Pokemon that are kind of scattered throughout the area you're in. And, early level, you coming across this giant level, like 40 to 50 Alakazam. Oh, my gosh. He's going to freaking chase your ass and get you. So, like, that's one part of it being like, oh, wow, this is really difficult. But at the same time, like, it was really cool when you actually got to a point where you could actually catch them and then battle with them. Like, it's nice knowing, like, oh my gosh, I have this huge ass like Alakazam. And then when you find a shiny alpha, like, I have this huge ass shiny Alakazam. Like, it's just cool as fuck.
That's the most satisfying feeling.
Very satisfying. Oh, and speaking of satisfying, another thing that Nintendo, Game Freak, when it comes to Scarlet and Violet, when you come across a shiny, why is there no type of notification, whether it's audible or visual, other than the actual change in color? Like, there should be something. You did it with Arceus literally the same year. Like, that was satisfying. You just be flying through the air and you see that Plinton, and you hear that noise. That was probably my... I don't know.
They really fucked up. Really fucked up.
That was so awesome. Like, I loved that. Like, that was just something I would do. I would just, like, one of the areas at night, I would just get on Braviary and just kind of fly through the area just looking for them. Blinton. And the stars kind of popping up. Like, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it, like, finding shinies in that game was pretty easy with the outbreaks. Because the outbreaks that are in Scarlet and Violet, like, they're very similar, but I feel like they were kind of easier to do in Arceus because you could reset them, whereas in Scarlet and Violet, they kind of just stay.
Well, when we played, you could reset them, but they patched it.
Well, I mean, like, you could go out and reset what Pokemon.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
What
outbreaks were occurring.
Yeah, what outbreaks were occurring. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I don't expect, like, shiny hunting shouldn't have been that easy because that was, like, really easy. Like, I have, like, an entire box of shiny Pokemon that I caught in, like, 100 hours worth of gameplay, which I have 150, but still, like, a lot of those were caught within my 100-hour mark. But, like, I mean, give us some type of visual cue or, like, audible cue or something. Like, you got Pokemon. Like, I was doing an outbreak in Scarlet and Violet, and it was a Dreepy. Do you know how small Dreepy is in this game?
Dude, that was, like, the first outbreak that I was like, okay, I'll shiny hunt this.
Yeah, and you're looking for a little bit of yellow on his fucking, like, wing. And you got to, like, fucking get in there, and there's freaking 20 Dreepy around you. You got to look at each individual one. Like, that's annoying as fuck.
It is. I don't know why the fuck they did that. They had to have just rushed the fuck out of this. They were just like, we have to get it out by November 18th.
Maybe. I hope that people are kind of in a rage about it enough to where there will be a quality of life update. Because who is it? Someone brought it up that for the visually impaired people, like, you know, colorblind people.
Right.
Like, what are they?
Yeah, what do you
how
do?
can they tell? Yeah.
Yeah, the only way to find out if it's a shiny or not is if you literally encounter every single Pokemon individually.
Yeah.
Or you do the auto battle and fucking take out all the other Pokemon, and then this one's left. And it's so
that's
it's
not
just
fair.
so inconvenient.
Yeah, it's very inconvenient. So Arceus did that really well. Another thing that I think Arceus just grand slam on Chef Kiss was, and a lot of people didn't like it because my girlfriend Kansas did not like it, but the research for the Pokemon, that was so much fun. Like, that made wanting to catch this same Pokemon and see it do this move, you know, that made it so much fun. So I don't know if you've played Arceus, but if you haven't played Arceus, each Pokemon has a research page. And so it may say, like, you've caught 10 of these, so you'll get that one checked off. You've seen it use this move this many times, you'll get that one checked off. You've seen it do this. You've caught it while it's sleeping. You've encountered a shiny. So there's research. There's incentive to, like, keep, you know, trying to catch this and find this Pokemon. It just, I don't know, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
And what this game does and that other Pokemon games don't do is, for you to get the shiny charm, you have to not only catch every single Pokemon for your Pokédex, but you also have to get at least 10 research for every single Pokemon. And I was very proud of myself because I did that.
Yeah.
That, again, I had like 150 plus hours, and, you know, that was pretty much mostly from working on that research. I don't know. It was just really fun.
It is satisfying, but when there's like people like Kansas, for instance, who find that like just a daunting task, and it takes the fun away, but it's only because in her instance, it was like a wall, you know,
like an obstacle,
to get around, to progress through the game.
Yeah, like you couldn't progress unless you had a certain amount of research done.
So in that instance, like, maybe take that away, and then boom.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
You have the formula,
because not everyone's gonna love it.
Yeah.
But that was something I really enjoyed that I was really hoping that they would have brought over to Scarlet and Violet, which they didn't. But I mean, I guess you never know. There could be some type of update for it, but not likely. But not impossible.
Yeah, that being said, though, I really enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's like you're filling this Pokédex to get information about a Pokemon. Like, that is the entire point of it.
And there was, you know, like, I guess you do have the shiny charm at the end of the road for incentive. But as you got more research done, you would, like, level up, like, your research points, and you would get things. Like, you would unlock, hey, you're now able to use these type of Pokeballs. Mm-hmm. You know, so there's more incentive there too.
Yeah.
So you had like your normal Pokeballs, like Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, and then you had like your heavy balls, which were for like sneaking up on Pokemon and kind of like throwing it at them from behind. You know, there's like a high chance that you would catch it. And then in this game, you actually had flying Pokemon that'd be really high. So you had these balls that you could just beam and just catch these flying Pokemon. And again, as you would progress your research, you would find like better versions of these Pokeballs. So like obviously you'd start with a normal Pokeball, increase your research. All right, you get the Great Ball, and so on and so forth. Yeah. But yeah, no, so like the research was so good, the alphas was so good, shiny hunting, quality of life so good. Is there anything else?
I feel like the customization was pretty lacking on Scarlet Violet. I mean, they had things, but like you couldn't change out of like your clothes uniform. Like you had 4 to pick from, you know. You could change your backpack, your shoes, your hat, your gloves.
Yeah, I wondered about that because I could have sworn Matt sent a picture where he was wearing something different, like attire wise. I don't know, but yeah, like every clothing store I've went to, it was like you said, either backpack, boots, hat, or glasses. Like that's literally it. That makes no sense.
Yeah,
like,
whereas
why?
like Sword and Shield and Arceus, you at least had some shit to pick from.
I think like obviously a Pokemon game has never like nailed customization.
No, not at all.
You know, you're choosing from like 3 faces and like 4 different hair colors. That's it. But like the clothes and stuff, I think was pretty good on Arceus. I think even Sword and Shield did it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Like that type of customization. But yeah, no, really dropped the ball. Unless there's just a shop or something I don't know about Scarlet and Violet yet. Like, yeah, they dropped the ball.
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, I understand, like, you're going to school. You're in your school attire.
Yeah, for like 3 days.
But the thing is, you're on your treasury hunt.
Yeah.
Which is basically like your spring or summer break. You're not at fucking school.
I know, and you have these freaking... the freaking, like, the Star Clan people, they're still students.
Yeah.
And they're wearing whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. Like, dude, give us the fucking customization.
I mean, for real.
Let my Pokemon wear goddamn clothes, bro.
Oh, I was going to say that earlier. That's what I want. I want to at least give me an option to... You don't even have to make it that, like, complex. Like, just let me... And you done it before. Like, let me put a hat on Pikachu, or let me give Gardevoir something to wear. I don't know, something. Let me give her a necklace or something. Give me something. You know? You know, I think of like Pokemon Go, where you have like the seasonal Pokemon, like the Halloween Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me something like that. You know?
Yeah. It's just a lot more work, a lot more Pokemon to customize shit for, but... Which I understand. I mean, they can't even fucking put every Pokemon in the damn game.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Arceus in the alphas. Again, just how satisfying it was. And kind of going back to the whole camping thing with Scarlet and Violet. So, where in Scarlet and Violet, where in Sword and Shield, you had camping. Sorry. In Scarlet and Violet, you had picnics.
Mm-hmm.
So Arceus kind of did something not interactive, but I liked it more. I liked that you could just anywhere just like throw out all Pokemon and they would just kind of chill out with you.
I do too.
Like, I don't know why, because it's not interactive, but I liked it more.
Well, you can take pictures and shit with them. You can fucking save them. You can put them as your fucking home screen on your phone if you want to.
Take the pictures on Scarlet and Violet
right,
as well.
But it's not the same though. Like, you can't throw all your Pokemon out. You can't have them just chilling there.
Yeah, that is true. And just, like, watching them, like, eventually fall asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, like, I don't know. Again, with the alphas. Like, I think my favorite, like, alpha moment was either, like, the Infernape, which that is the size that Infernape should normally be.
I know.
Or just how big freaking Alpha Blissey was. And just throwing her out and just kind of comparing the size to all the other Pokemon.
Tank, bro.
Oh, man, that game really made me appreciate Blissey. That game really made me appreciate Blissey, Infernape, and Garchomp. I would say those were... Oh, Darkrai.
Darkrai that's for true. Sure. You love Darkrai
that game made me a big Darkrai fan because, man, his stats, like especially his speed, man, that's a fast boy right there.
Gotta go fast.
But yeah, no, Arceus for me at least just did so much right.
No, I agree. That was a very, very good game.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I would give that game just based off of the fun I had. A 10 out of 10. Like, that was a 10 out of 10 game for me. And it's crazy because, like, the story was meh for me. Yeah. You know, which is weird because that's, like, one of my favorite things in a game is, like, have a good story. Like, pull me in.
Do you think Pokemon will ever add voice acting to their games?
Well, I will. It's funny you say that because I feel like they can get away with it in Arceus because, like, literally your character the entire time is just...
Yeah.
His mouth open, but like I don't know. It was just so noticeable in Scarlet and Violet. Like the words were matching up with their lips, but like nothing was coming out. It was weird. You're just like reading along.
It's very ominous.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, there's something missing, and that's what it is.
Yeah. It's just, maybe I'm just remembering this so incorrectly, but I thought in one of the Pokemon trailers, they showed like the professor, the guy leading the school, like talking. I thought it was actually audio coming out when the video was going on. Like I thought it showed him talking.
I don't remember.
Not showed him talking, but like you could hear him talking.
Right. Yeah.
Again, maybe I'm just remembering that wrong, but like it just feels like something that was like a last minute decision. Like they planned to have it and they were just like, all right, we don't have enough time, and then took it out.
Right.
It's so weird. So weird.
So I'm curious, actually.
Yeah.
What is your favorite shiny Pokemon? What is your first shiny Pokemon? What's the first shiny you've ever gotten?
All right. I'm glad you brought that up because my favorite, it probably would be my first two. Like, you first kind of just, you hold it near and dear to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
But my first shiny was Zubat. And it's not Zubat that I'm holding near and dear to my heart. It's Crobat. Shiny Crobat.
That's fucking crazy.
Is probably my favorite shiny. It's crazy because like there are cooler shinies, but like I don't know, like something about shiny Crobat, especially because I caught an alpha shiny.
Isn't it green, Crobat?
I think like
shiny?
The inside of his wings have like a green like kind of tint to him, maybe like more yellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had like this giant shiny Crobat fighting for me, and I had him like maxed out. Like he's a fast fucker too.
Wait, your first shiny was an Arceus?
Was an Arceus, yeah.
Oh my god, you fucking casual.
Well, again, I was playing Pokemon very casually.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, my first shiny was actually Zubat as well.
Oh, really?
But it was in Sapphire, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's cool. So again, there's definitely cooler shinies, but yeah, no, something about shiny Crobat just does it for me. But like,
really gets you off.
Really gets me off.
Yeah.
Shiny Crobat. I know you agree with this one, but shiny Rapidash.
Yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
Awesome.
So fucking cool. Purple Flames.
But the other one, like if I had to choose kind of like a top three, I'm thinking shiny Altaria.
That's a good one.
Because it's like gold. Like that's just so fucking cool.
Which Matt just got in
he did.
Scarlet.
I'm a little jealous, but it's only a matter of time. I've had Swablu outbreaks in Scarlet and Violet, so I've had multiple. So, but yeah, no, those are some of my favorite shinies.
Could you guess what mine are?
Shiny Mewtwo. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck no, dude. That shit is putrid.
Oh my gosh, why they do your boy like that?
They really fucked him.
Shiny Gengar? No, I'm kidding again. That's probably, I love Gengar, but that's probably the worst shiny.
Nope.
Not the worst? Oh, Blissey. Blissey's a terrible shiny.
Any of the ones that you cannot tell are just fucking garbage.
Yeah, I guess you can barely tell with Gengar, but like there's a slight.
If I was to show you shiny Gengar, you wouldn't even be able to tell. You'd be like, "Oh, sick Gengar."
Well, the thing is, because like the main 3D like Switch Pokemon games, there's been different art styles in all of them. So like the color is going to be a little off. So yeah, you can show me a shiny Gengar in Sword and Shield, but it may look like the normal Gengar in Scarlet and Violet. So yeah, I really wouldn't be able to tell. But yeah, it sucks because I love Blissey, but shiny Blissey, why they do that to my girl?
I know.
Why they do that to my big girl?
It's fucking disappointing because I had a perfect event, shiny Chansey
on Go.
And I fucking evolved it, and I forgot that Blissey was such a shitty shiny.
Damn, dude.
So now you can't even tell.
Hold on, did you just recently evolve that?
Yeah, like a week or two ago.
Oh yeah, because you were showing me the event perfect shiny Chansey.
Yeah, which is like a mint green.
I didn't know that you evolved.
God, it's so I regretted it immediately.
Damn.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what is your give me the top three?
Top three. Okay.
Yeah.
So my first was Zubat, but my favorites are probably So I'm not like the biggest Charizard fan. I love Charizard as a starter.
Yeah.
Probably my second favorite starter.
Okay.
No.
First being?
Maybe. Typhlosion,
Oh,
of course.
duh. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a good shiny.
I didn't know, but
Yeah.
now I do.
I mean, it's just like a weird pigmentation. It's not like anything crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's like a pinkish versus like a black gray.
What did shiny Hisuian Typhlosion look like? Do you
Honestly,
know?
I'm not sure, but
Didn't they change the color of the
I'm
flame?
thinking the flame's just like pink versus a purple or some difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Charizard's probably up there as one of my favorite
I will say
shinies.
sick.
Black.
Easily
fucking,
sick.
that's
Isn't it like the
dope.
red stomach too? Am I remembering that correctly?
No, I think it's
Like
white.
a reddish.
I wouldn't say it's white.
A white stomach?
I think it's a white stomach.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way,
yeah,
it might
so
be like
sick.
pinkish or something
Yeah,
like
so
that.
sick.
But Mega Shiny Rayquaza, obviously. I have it tattooed on
Duh,
me.
I should have known that. Yeah,
Yep.
that is cool as hell.
Metagross.
Oh, dude. I forgot about
Yeah,
Metagross.
that's one you forget
a
about.
really good shiny.
So fucking cool. Fucking the gold plate with the silver body.
So worth it. Yeah.
And then Shiny Greninja.
Oh, because it's like a black Greninja,
Yeah.
right? That is a cool Greninja.
3 of mine are black. Epic.
Epic.
Epic. I don't know. I just like I really like the dark and the just grungy part about Pokemon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The really cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those are all really good shinies.
But I love some of the
agree.
cutesy stuff too.
Oh, that's my bread and butter.
I know.
I love the cutesy shit. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of good ones. Like shiny Gyarados.
Yeah.
Easy. Like, that's a great one. Actually, that was my first shiny in Scarlet and Violet.
Mm-hmm.
Got the shiny Magikarp. Just seen him gold there in the water. Did an outbreak.
Yeah.
Had to evolve him. No brainer.
There's something about Gyarados. Like, I love Gyarados. Don't get me wrong. But, like, using it in a game, I'm just like, ugh. I've done it so many times.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So.
Like, everyone has kind of had that moment where they find the Magikarp. Oh, this fish is a piece of shit. And then you take the time to evolve and you're like, whoa, this is sick. You know, like, everyone's had that moment. But yeah, no, like, shiny Gyarados, good shiny. One that you wouldn't think, shiny Emboar.
Oh.
Solid
He's
shiny.
dope.
I'm not even a big, like, Emboar fan, but, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Good, solid
As
shiny.
we discussed earlier, Hisuian Arcanine, the shiny version.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's like black and gold.
Black.
Again, when there's like gold in there, like with Metagross, Altaria, like you got me.
Yeah.
And maybe you could be like, oh, shiny Altaria is actually not gold. But, you know, close enough. It's gold to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, once there's a little bit of gold in there, a little accent, oh, man, I'm in.
It's sick.
You got me. But yeah, I'm excited to, you know, once I pump in a lot more hours in this game, I'm excited to find more and more shinies, but this gen of shinies, and see what they did with them.
Me too.
Yeah. Like that's pretty cool. I will say I was looking up because I did see the shiny Dreepy outbreak, and Dragapult's been in my party for a while.
I don't think I know what a shiny Dragon Ball looks like.
It's nothing crazy, but like the ends of its wings, instead of being like red, it's like yellow.
Okay.
There's a little bit of difference too, but like it's pretty cool. It's cool enough where you're like, all right, I'll try and get this.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah. What is your for, you know, right now in Scarlet and Violet? Well, Violet. What is your party? Like, who's in your party?
Okay.
Who's your 6?
So I have Skeledirge, Tinkaton, which I fucking love that Pokemon.
Oh,
Tinkaton
yeah.
is so cool.
Oh, is that the final evolution?
Yeah, so it's Tinkatink,
Tinkatuff,
and then Tinkaton.
Tinkaton.
Yeah, she like has like a hammer, and the Pokédex entry says it's like it weighs like 220 pounds, but she can swing it effortlessly.
That's so cool. And honestly,
she's fairy and steel. I fucking love steel types.
Oh, really?
I am such a huge fan of steel types.
I am warming up to fairy types.
Well, me too.
Like, I didn't know until this game that Grimmsnarl is fairy.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he's fairy dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's like both spectrums.
Yeah.
Fairy
I feel like
dark.
you get like fairy vibes when it's like Impident. Is that the first evolution?
Yeah,
Impident?
you get and Morgrim too. But yeah, especially Impidimp. You're like this.
But like when it's Grimmsnarl, you really get the dark vibes. Grimmsnarl's so sick.
Grimmsnarl is. They did so much. They did really well with like new Pokemon last gen and Sword and Shield.
I agree. There was really good ones.
Even like the regional types were really good.
Yeah, like Corviknight. Corviknight's on my team. Actually, he's not Corviknight yet, but
Corvus
Squire's on my team. Yeah.
Okay, I would have guessed that.
Yeah, which I'm like not sure if I really want him on my team, but I'm just like I know this Pokemon's good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But damn, what else is on? Oh, I have the Paldean Tauros.
Okay, yeah, you did mention that earlier.
I just got a Flapple last night. I finally got enough progression through the game to where I was able to buy a Tart Apple to evolve him, my Applin, to a Flapple.
Oh, that's how you evolve them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can either do a Sweet Apple or a Tart Apple, which one is Appleton and one's Flapple.
Oh, okay. You like Flapple more.
I love Flapple. He's so fucking cute.
Okay.
And he's
strong.
Like
an apple dragon.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Such a weird Pokemon, but yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And then I have Gabite, which evolves into Garchomp.
I need to do the same.
And then, I don't remember what the last Pokemon was. It might come to me, but I can't remember. What is your team?
All right, so my team, very stoked on. Love all of them. So, I mentioned I have Azumarill.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I love that girl. Shiny Azumarill, that's another good one.
Isn't it yellow?
I'm pretty sure it's like goldish
it's gold,
yellow.
Yeah.
Yes, I need it.
You're wearing fucking Psyduck gold yellow.
I know, right? Ooh, shiny Psyduck's good too. It's like a light blue.
Yeah.
Shiny Golduck sucks ass.
Because it's just a different shade of blue, right?
It's just weird. It's like not an attractive blue.
Right.
Like shiny Golduck is like a really pretty kind of cutesy light blue.
Yeah, but I love the like light blue Psyduck. It's so cool.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I got a Azumarill. I got Wigglytuff, who I absolutely love. I love Wigglytuff. It's funny because I don't even have double slap in her like moveset.
As you shouldn't.
But in fucking Pokemon Unite, it's man, that shit's OP. Yeah, that shit's OP. Or at least it was when we played. It's been a little while.
It's been over a year.
They probably nerfed the shit out of Wigglytuff.
Yeah.
All right, so Azumarill. I got Wigglytuff. I got Haxorus.
Oh yeah.
Who's actually carried me a lot. Like I can't remember the move, but it's a dragon type move that does a shit ton of damage, but it also decreases their like attack. So Azumarill, Wigglytuff, Haxorus, Grimmsnarl, Dragapult, and my girl Gardevoir.
Oh hell yeah!
Honestly, that's a solid fucking team.
That's a really good team.
That's a solid ass team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that team.
That's a dragon killer team right there.
Mm-hmm. And like most of them, like I got a lot of fairy type.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you have the dragon and fairy type combo.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I've been again so far. Like I've only had trouble twice in the game. Like one of them, I just wasn't like prepared for.
Iona
got me.
Which is the electric gym leader in this gen.
And one of them, I just kind of don't want to say. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you fight a certain someone. I mean, it's not a spoiler. I just don't want to spoil that you fight this someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they like put up one hell of a fight. I was not expecting them to be that tough. Yeah.
So did you have to go level up, or did you just have to like rehash some things?
I think it may have been a tiny bit of leveling up. Like it's not like I stopped.
Did they stomp your ass? Like you were just or was it kind of close?
Yeah, it was pretty close. It could have literally just been a team switch up or something.
Which I fucking love, dude. If you lose in a Pokemon game, that is great.
That is great that you have
because that never
difficulty.
Happens. It never happens.
That you have that difficulty. And so far, like I say, I've only lost twice, but like there's been, if you're counting the raids, I've lost a lot more.
Really?
Those 5-star raids?
I haven't tried a
Well, the
5-star
thing is,
yet.
The 5-star raids are hard as fuck. And I have, like, I'm bordering the one Pokemon I choose, like Grimmsnarl. He's almost level 90.
Right.
And you eventually will get 7-star raids.
What?
And he's level 90.
I thought 5 was the max.
No, you eventually, I've read that you will unlock, like post-game stuff, you will eventually unlock 6-star raids. But I think they also said there's 7-star raids. I guess I could be wrong, but that's at least what it said online.
Holy shit.
I don't know if that's something that's coming out or is already out. I just have shit to do until I get there.
That's not.
But I know there's going to be 6-star raids. But yeah, 5-star raids, you're talking like, I'm going against a ghost type. I have Grimmsnarl out there and still getting fucked. But the thing is, the random Pokemon that they put you with suck ass. And when you tried to find people online, like you told me that, I tried to find some people online to play with me. No one.
Oh, wow.
Fucking no one.
Maybe just not enough people have made it to that point in the game yet.
And, that's possible. That's possible. The game hasn't been out a week, but if you're counting that, then yes, I've been stomped on. Wow. But just going through the game, like actual gym leaders or just normal trainers, I've only been beat twice.
Okay.
But still, with that being said, like there have been some really close calls. Like it's not like the Elite Four was a complete cakewalk.
Right.
And they weren't one of the people that beat me.
Well, that's the thing about a Pokemon game is like tough is like when, or I'd say like a medium is like when you have to like revive a couple Pokemon and then use one as fodder to revive another Pokemon and then take out that Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then you win
which I've done.
Right.
Yes.
And then when it's hard is when you fucking lose, which if it's happened a couple times, that's fucking great. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Like I mentioned last episode, I'm not a big like Dark Souls difficulty fan. Like I don't want that
But
shit.
you want some type of challenge.
Oh yeah, you need some type of challenge. Or
Right.
it's like, why even fucking play this?
Right.
Like that's not stimulating me. I need some type of challenge.
Yeah, dude.
And I think Scarlet and Violet has it for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember playing the Diamond and Pearl remake.
Mm-hmm.
And
couldn't get into it. Continue.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
Because it was a very, very poorly done remake.
Yeah.
Fucking chibi characters and shit. They're like, hey, let's make a DS game for the Switch. And that's it.
Right. Did you beat it?
I beat it.
Oh, you did beat it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't finish like all the post-game stuff, I don't think. But the only thing that gave me a challenge was Cynthia at the end.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard
in the Elite
Cynthia
Four
is usually pretty difficult.
But I didn't lose. I just had to revive a couple times, and that was it.
Okay.
And I never lost.
Yeah.
But it was a challenge.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, the beautiful thing about challenge in this game is, so any other Pokemon game, when it's usually the Elite Four, but you have the gym leaders, but you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You know what type of gym, you know what type of Pokemon they're going to have. So you know what type of Pokemon to have in your team to beat them.
Right.
But now we have terastallizing.
Yeah.
Which completely changes everything.
It does.
Like you now can have an electric type, but as Iona had, it was like an electric ghost type or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what the fuck it was.
No. Sorry. It was
I don't remember what she had.
What's her name? I'm gonna butcher this, so correct me.
What's it look like?
Miss Magius?
Oh, Miss Magius, yeah.
So she had one of those,
right.
but then it terastallized into an electric type.
Yeah.
So that completely changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that, I guess it's like another layer of difficulty.
Yeah.
Because, you could be prepared for an electric type gym leader, but now they are electric and ghost.
Yeah.
And
I could be wrong, but she might have levitate. So even if you used a ground type move, that would be super effective.
Yep.
It didn't even matter.
Hell, I found out the other day, and I'm kind of sad that this Pokemon's not in the game, but I found out that the only Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure it's the only Pokemon because that's what this article had said. Not that makes it true, but it said the only Pokemon that pretty much has no weakness is, do you want to guess?
Yes. Oh, fuck. I just read this too. Oh, Electros.
Electros, because he
Yeah.
has levitate, and he's
Yep.
electric type, so ground.
The only Pokemon with no weakness.
Like, that's cool as fuck.
It is.
Like, who would have guessed? Like, out of all Pokemon, you would have thought something badass, legendary.
Which is
It's Electros.
a callback to episode 2 or 3. But yeah,
A callback? What do you mean?
that was one of the Pokemon you had me guess.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, when you said episode, I was thinking like Pokemon episode.
No.
No, that was. I think that was our first episode that we did the
Was it?
Pokemon game.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it was
You might be right.
Electros.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think Electros is cool as fuck. Like, I think he's a cool Pokemon, but like, I wouldn't have guessed. Like,
I wouldn't
hey,
have guessed that either.
That's Pokemon has no weakness.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's really cool. But yeah, no. With that being said, like, Scarlet and Violet has, good level of difficulty.
Yeah, surprising when we were talking about that earlier, we didn't even bring up terrestrializing.
We've been having a really hard time.
I don't know why the fuck it's so difficult.
I want to say terrestrializing, but it's like terrestrializing.
And I want to keep saying
that's it.
terrestrializing.
Terrestrial,
But that doesn't make sense. Terrestrial? Come on.
Terrestrial.
Yeah.
Terrestrializing. And shit, I still may be saying it. Is that right?
It sounds right.
Okay, yeah. When I say that,
let's hope we're right.
It doesn't sound wrong.
You're right to me.
We'll be corrected. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we got on that tangent, but
okay. So, all right, for as a whole, with this new gimmick, what do you think about it? Because every Pokemon game has its gimmick. Well, every the last few gens have had a gimmick, like whether Mega Evolution, Dynamax, Gigantamax, Terrestrializing. What do you think of this gimmick?
I don't hate it.
It's growing on me.
After playing it, I like it, and I like that it's different with every what is there, fucking 18 types or some crazy shit.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah, something like that. It's a lot.
There's 18 variations of what it could look like. With that being said, so I think it's
like
pretty
you
cool.
Don't know, like I don't know. I feel like when you would play competitively, I mean, obviously you don't know what Pokemon they're going to throw out. There's now 1,008 of them.
Yeah,
but like I don't know if they threw out a Garchomp and you have something that it's like week 2 they have the advantage. You could maybe switch out and then like oh I got something that'd be good against Garchomp.
Mm-hmm.
But now he could terrestrialize and then you're fucked. You're like, oh, I thought I had something that would be good against it, but now which I mean I guess it still would be good against it, but still they could have something that's even better against you.
Yeah,
No,
so
I think it adds another layer of strategy.
Exactly.
Which is really cool.
Which gives it a little more difficulty, which I like.
Yeah, it definitely switches up like the again the strategy, the competitive aspect to the game.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. It's definitely grown on me as well. So, I like it better than VMAX or
VMAX?
Gigantamax.
Dynamax. Oh, you do?
I do.
Really? I thought you liked that one more. That would have been my guess.
It's cool.
Like visually, it's cool. It's mainly a visual thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's literally mainly visual, and then you have a fire move. It's going to use this one fire move.
Yeah. So which one is it? Is it either Dynamax or Gigantamax that actually changes their
Gigantamax? Every Pokemon can Dynamax, but there's only specific Pokemon that have like a Gigantamax form.
Freaking Gigantamax Machamp. That was probably one of my faves.
No.
I think he looks cool as fuck.
I think one of your favorites was probably
Inteleon's is cool too, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I was thinking Grimmsnarl, where he gets all long and shit.
Oh, I mean, he's cool.
He's cool as fuck.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of cool ones.
There's cool ones.
Like,
I mean, Charizard's it's fucking badass.
Charizard's badass, but I've just seen it so much in like different cards and shit. I'm over it.
I know.
Like Snorlax is cool as fuck. Garbodor is cool as fuck.
Lapras,
Orbeetle.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
mentioned
really cool
Inteleon.
ones.
Yeah, it's visually it's very cool.
Yeah,
but
there's just not much there.
Gimmick wise, yes, I do like Terrestrializing.
Nothing's gonna beat Mega Evolution. Let's be real.
But man, Mega Evolution was really cool.
It was the coolest.
I'm pretty sure I know of them all. Some of them are like kind of weird though. Like I love Ampharos, but Mega Ampharos I could do without.
Super Saiyan 3 Ampharos.
Yeah, I could do without.
No, just imagine how many cool Mega Evolutions there would be if they didn't fucking keep doing these stupid ass gimmicks.
Why when we have a gimmick, we have to get rid of all the other gimmicks?
I know.
Why can't we have all the gimmicks? Like, if you're telling me you Gigantamax and I'm Terrastalize, what about that strategy?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking strategy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess you are
Keep
like a
these.
skyscraper and I'm just this little Pokemon. So there would kind of be some disadvantage there, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, you're Gigantamax and I'm like a Mega Evolved. Like, yeah, leave that in.
It doesn't...
Next, Nintendo, again, if you're listening, if you're still listening, next game, I know we got a while, 3, 4, 5 years. Let's bring all the gimmicks back.
Oh, no, dude.
Let's have Megas.
There's going to be a game next year. What are you talking about?
I mean, at this pace, yeah.
There was 3 in just a year.
I know. Well, this one's probably really going to run at 15 frames per second. Because they're still trying to fix what they did.
They're like, we can't add in Gigantamax to this game. You have fucking 1 FPS.
Oh gosh. I'm just wondering, like, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself because the game just came out, but like what would be the new gimmick?
There's no
I
telling.
don't know. Yeah.
You just throw shit in a bucket and they're gonna do it.
Yeah. But that would be like, honestly, that could be the gimmick. Like, don't add a new gimmick. Just bring some gimmicks back and boom, easy.
Bring them all back, like
bring
you said.
Bring them all back, yeah.
Put the strategy in place.
We're making this easy for you. We're giving you shmoney, cash money.
They've got 3 gimmicks.
Yeah.
Actually...
Like, hold on. If you're making a game and you know for a fact, like, hey, we're making this game... Let's just say you're making a new Pokemon game.
I forgot about Z moves, but that was a thing too. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. Well, that was kind of weird because they was like dancing involved, Power Rangers.
Can't Brock.
Yeah. All right, so if you're making a Pokemon game, and I can tell you for a fact, like, hey, you're gonna, maybe risk coming up with a new gimmick, and maybe it being shitty. But I promise you, this game will sell, and people will love it if you bring back Megas. Why would you not? Why would you not?
That's what I don't get.
Why would you
Everybody loves Megas.
Yes.
Maybe there's like a 1% that doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a stronger form of the pre-evolution.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
But the thing is, like, when it comes to Megas and Gigantamax, what do people like most about it? That it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, terrestrializing... Kind
it's
of
cool, but it the same thing over and over on each different Pokemon.
Like when I discovered like the Dragon Crown, like I was like, oh, that's sick. When I discovered the Dark, the Ghost, once you discover them all for the first time, it's cool.
Yeah.
But then you're just going to see them for the next 3 years over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's going to be less cool about seeing like one of the Gigantamax do its like ultimate attack, like it looks cool as fuck every time.
But like the biggest like serotonin boost that you get when playing Pokemon is watching something evolve. And when you can do that every fucking battle, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me have my fucking Charizard X.
Yeah. What about Charizard Y?
I love Charizard Y too. Now Mewtwo X and Y, that's a different story.
Oh,
fucking trash.
I don't like either, but
that's what I'm saying.
I like
trash.
I like the one that has like the kind of like
the tail,
super booed tail.
I like that one more.
I like it more.
I like that one more.
Is that X or Y?
Y is the tail.
Okay, yeah, the X one's pretty ugly.
Yeah, they're both trash, but yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. Why not? Why not? Is there anything else on that you want to say? Why not?
Nope, that's all I got on that.
Yeah, there's the end of that rant. Do you want this to be the last thing we end on?
Yeah, so Chris and I compiled a couple of cards.
I got 3. You have 3?
I have 3.
Oh, okay.
We did 3 of our cards from the Sword and Shield sets that have been coming out since, 2020?
I think we have, 12, sets that have come out for, the overall Sword and Shield set.
Yeah, so the past couple years, they've been releasing all these Pokemon that have been, within Sword and Shield. And then I think the last couple have had some Hisuian stuff in them, but it's still considered the Sword and Shield variations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas these next ones will be the new gen
I want to
Scarlet
say
Violet-esque
they started
stuff.
bringing in with like Astral Radiance. It was either Brilliant Stars or Astral Radiance. They
Yeah.
started bringing in some Hisuian stuff, but it was Lost Origin that really kicked it off.
Right.
So yeah, no. We mentioned this before, maybe every episode, but as well as like Pokemon games, we're also pretty big into like Pokemon TCG. So for this Pokemon episode, we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of show off our favorite Pokemon cards from, again, the Sword and Shield like overall set.
Right. So for my first card,
and we'll have it pop up somewhere on the screen.
Yeah. It'll be edited in. For my first card, I did the Pokemon Go Mewtwo variation.
The alt art.
The alt art, yeah. Yep. This card, actually, Chris, you got this card.
I pulled this. Yeah,
actually,
I pulled this.
I think Kansas pulled this, and she actually gave it to me.
She gave it to you, yep.
So I still have this card.
I will say, so yeah, when the Pokemon Go set came out, we were pretty excited. Probably you more excited because you really kept up with Go, so it's kind of cool to see those professors and just, the different variations.
And also, before you finish that, they had a Ditto card that you could literally peel off.
Oh, that was cool as hell. Yeah.
It was like a different Pokemon, and then you would peel it off, and there would be a Ditto behind it, which was fucking cool.
It was all right, so you could either get Spinarak, you could get Numel, or Bidoof.
Yeah.
I think those were the only threes, but there could be a little Ditto icon at the bottom left by the set icon. And yeah, if you've seen that Ditto, that meant you could actually peel the card and it be a Ditto underneath, which is like never been done.
It's so cool.
It was really cool. But yeah, no, Pokemon Go was a really cool like subset to collect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So the alt art Mewtwo, that's in your top 3 favorite cards from the entire set.
Yep. Because I love my boy Mewtwo, and he's fucking just hovering over the city.
That is a cool ass card.
Just dope as fuck.
I will say, I was telling you about this earlier, but fun fact. So again, I did pull this card, and I've been sending some cards into CGC, but like grading companies. CGC is just the one I went with this one. About to send a bunch of stuff out to Beckett. Really excited, but I sent that card in to CGC, and they're known to be a little more harsh than PSA. I don't know if as harsh as Beckett, but it came back at 10. I got a CGC 10 of this card, and it sold for like $350. So I was really hype on that. Like,
that's
obviously,
super cool.
I could have held on to the card for 10, 15 years and probably make a killing off it.
Yeah.
But still, for a card coming out right then and there, and it coming back at 10 and me selling it $350, like, and again, I pulled it.
Right.
I think it was like an ETB or something. Like, I pulled it.
And if you haven't listened to the past episodes, Chris has just been getting into selling and buying cards as a hobby. And he's got some shit lined up on him.
Some good shit. Yeah, more of
what
that
is your
to come in the
eBay?
future.
Fucking plug that.
Do
you even know it?
I'll
put it in the description. I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, we'll find it out. But I mean, I don't have as much on theirs now. It's probably like 40 to 50 different cards listed, but I've had like close to 200 at one point. It's just all sold.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about grading cards, it takes a while to come back. Like when you send cards out, like it takes months for it to come in, and I just haven't had the next batch of cards come in yet.
Right.
But once they do, I'm definitely going to keep that thing updated for y'all. So yeah, Mewtwo V.
Mewtwo V. And then
cool
for the next one, I have the Charizard V-Star from, what is this expansion?
That's from the Ultra Premium Charizard collection that came out.
Okay. So
remember I had that big Charizard box?
Yeah.
So I do have this one.
Yeah. So obviously he's fighting fucking Mewtwo. How dope is that?
Dude, fun fact. So before we go any further, again, we're kind of into the, I say kind of, like, I'm at least really into it. I'm not trying to take anything away from you.
No,
I
go
know
ahead.
You're really into it, but like I've been keeping up with like the sets that are coming out, and so there's the newest Japanese set comes out early December, like December 3rd, and it's going to be called V-Star Universe. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh.
It's either V-Star Universe or V Universe, but one of those. But I've been sending you a bunch of those cards lately.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool full art cards in that set, like more than I've seen. And this card comes out, but it's Mewtwo's perspective.
No way.
But it's that same battle.
Oh,
but
man.
he's like, because I mean, like when you watch the video, you can see Mewtwo in there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you almost like reverse it, same art style, the card's going to be his perspective.
Oh, man. See, I would have put that one over this had it come out already.
Well, the thing is, I think in January we get that set, but it's called Crown Zenith. So that's going to be the next. I'm pretty sure that's the next English set is Crown Zenith, but I think we'll get the English version of that Mewtwo card.
Damn, that's dope.
But yeah, no, sick ass card. You could only get this card from the Ultra Charizard Premium Collection or something. Yeah, I think it's just called the Charizard Premium Collection. But yeah, very cool card.
Yeah, I love this card. Now I'm just wondering, could you guess the last card?
All right, so you got Mewtwo. You got Charizard.
I don't know if you'll be able.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is it based off of competitive play?
No.
Not competitive. It's all
purely
aesthetic.
artwork, yeah.
Purely artwork. You said if I think about it hard enough?
Yeah. I mean, you have a lot of cards to sort through, but...
I mean, yeah, that's a... Oh, God.
This is a... Okay. Lost Origins. It's a Lost Origins card.
Is it Trainer Gallery?
No, it's not. It's not a Trainer Gallery.
Okay. It's Gudra.
Let's see. It's a dope fucking card, though.
Ah, dude, I should have known. I should have known.
This is such a fucking sick card, dude.
I should have known it was Giratina. I forgot about this card, if I'm being honest. But yes, that's a dope-ass card and still a very expensive card.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the cards you've shown, that one's easily the most expensive.
Really?
I haven't, like, checked comps on it in, like, a few weeks.
Have you pulled this card at all?
No, I wish. But last comps that I seen, again, a few weeks ago, that's like a $300 to $400 card.
Damn.
Raw.
I could see that.
So, again, that's pretty much at the same price of that Mewtwo V graded 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is...
All right.
All right, well, mine's not as
Would you like to go
over? Yeah. Yeah.
What was that?
All right, so... That's good. My first card. So this one is purely based off of like competitive play. And I say competitive play, but like literally like friend group competitive play. I don't know if this is like a really good actual tournament style card. But when we play together, it's friends. Like this was a card I always loved to have in my psychic deck, my physic deck. So Galarian Cursola V from, I believe this is from Champion's Path. So this was a really cool card because it's not even that powerful, but like, when you start off playing, you have to put a card in your active spot. And I had really good luck on my first draw. I would always have this card in my hand because you can have up to 4 of the same card. And I definitely had 4 of this card in my deck. So I guess that's decent chances of it being in your hand. So yeah, I would always have this as my active Pokemon, and its ability is when it's in your active spot, if your opponent, for those who kind of understand if this is making any sense and you actually play the game, when your opponent puts any energy on their Pokemon, it automatically puts 3 damage counters on their Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was so badass. That's like the perfect way to fucking start a battle,
It's overpowered as hell.
It is, but again, at the same time, like 2 energies for a V, it only does 60 damage.
Right.
But it allows me to put 3 damage counters on a bench Pokemon.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was pretty fucking awesome.
A bench and that early could mean the demise of a
Yeah,
fucking Pokemon,
yeah.
which means you're that much closer to winning.
This was one of the main reasons why when we play, because a lot of people when they play and they flip a coin to see who goes first, they like to go second because they can attack.
Then
I
you're
love to go first because I could
Exactly.
already put in energy, and by my second turn I could attack, and if I did it right and you put the energy on the right card, I could like knock out a V
right.
by the second turn, and there's 2 prize cards for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Galarian Cursola V, that would probably be, in the top 3. I don't know if I would say that's number 1, 2, or 3, but that's definitely in my top 3. This is in no order. All right.
Okay.
That one's going to come as no surprise.
Oh.
So, earlier we referenced what we mentioned, Hisuian Arcanine.
Yeah.
And this is one of the trainer galleries also from Lost Origin, because the Lost Origin really had a lot of Pokemon from the Arceus game.
Right.
So yeah, this is the Hisuian Arcanine trainer gallery from Lost Origins, and I just think this card looks sick as hell.
It does.
I love Hisuian Arcanine. His just like aesthetic, how he looks. He looks like a food dog. I love that they like kind of themed him and styled him off of like a food dog from like Japanese lore.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like how happy he looks.
That's a solid choice.
But yeah, so like I sell a lot of cards, but I don't really collect a lot for myself. But some of the cards I do collect are trainer galleries from all sets. I just, they're cards that look like this. They're like the full art cards. And they're not worth much at all, like a few dollars, but they have a lot of character to them. And I don't know, I just really love them.
Ooh.
There he is. All right, so this, honestly, I said no order, but this would probably be my number 1. So, Shiny Crobat VMAX from Shining Fates. You remember Shining Fates?
Yep.
That was the one that...
Has all the shinies, yeah.
No, what was his name? The guy who was Colton's friend?
Oh, Bryant?
Yeah, Brian. This is the one that he gave me from
My
birthday.
that he scalped the
ETB.
fuck out of, yeah.
He was scalping these boxes and selling them overpriced. Because when we were getting into Pokemon TCG, that was when like Champions Path just came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like
over
$100.
Paul.
Yeah.
Was
He pretty much ruined it for
Pokemon.
all of us.
Yeah, everybody was scalping Pokemon cards.
And it's crazy how like that's not an issue anymore.
I know.
It's weird that we like went through that. Like you couldn't find Pokemon anywhere.
Fucking COVID, man. People trying to make a buck.
Yeah. So yeah, Shiny Crobat VMAX from Shining Fates. Probably my number 1 card, as I mentioned earlier, and you can see the green, the yellow I was referencing. But like, look at that. That's so fucking cool. Like that, and this image doesn't really show it off, but it's got a lot of shine to it, a lot of like shiny foil.
Oh yeah, you can't really tell by.
I did this one because remember I was referencing my first shiny, and I had also referenced that I had an alpha shiny Crobat.
Yeah,
and it's like, kind of the same thing. A VMAX, like Crobat, like it's a much bigger. Obviously not as, it's much bigger than Alpha, but still it's like a bigger Crobat. And
right.
I don't know. I love that fucking like menacing look he always has on his face. And do you remember in Arceus when you would like throw out your Pokemon and they would eventually fall asleep?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's just fucking like still flapping his wings, just like snoozing. And I don't know. Something about Crobat I just really love. But yeah, no, those are my top 3 cards.
It's a solid selection.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, Corsola is decent competitively, which I'm sure this is probably good too, because it's VMAX, and most VMAX cards are pretty badass. But, it's mainly like aesthetic for me, other than Corsola. But
out of hundreds of cards that have come out since Sword and Shield, I'm surprised you landed on 3 shitty ones, but no, I'm just kidding. These are good choices.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with those. And again, like, it was pretty tough. This one was probably an easy one to put in there, but it was pretty tough because There's so many good cards.
Right.
There's so many good cards. Like, so many cool trainer gallery, like, full art cards, alt art cards. Like, I'm sure one that you really appreciate, it probably would be in your top 10 or 5, but that from Battle Styles, that Sleeping Tyranitar alt.
Oh,
Like, that's such a cool ass
I
card,
almost put
man.
that in here. I was very, very close.
Such a cool ass card.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's so many good cards. If y'all haven't like got into like Pokemon, like the actual trading card game, like that's okay. Like, you don't even have to learn how to play. Just like go out and buy a ETB or something, like a few packs, and see what you get. Like, I bet if you get something cool, like you're gonna be fucking hooked, because that's what happened with us.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I think that's all we have for you guys today.
Yep, that's gonna do it for our Pokemon episode.
Episode.
Surprised we talked this long, dude.
I mean, I knew it was going to be a long
Easily
one.
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I still have a shit ton on the document.
What do you mean?
I have like stuff to discuss, but
You don't want to go into it?
we can always put it on another episode. It's no big deal.
Can we get a maybe sneak peek on what's to come?
Nope.
Okay.
No promises here.
Oh gosh.
No promises.
That's fair. That's fair. Too much responsibility. But yeah, no, I was really excited for this one because I knew it was coming. But yeah, no, I think I said everything I wanted to about Arceus, about Violet. Hopefully, I gave Arceus the praise that it deserves, and I'm looking forward to playing more about Violet. And maybe in a future episode, I may update that score of a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Could go down to an 8 or 7, depending on something, or who knows? Maybe an update will happen. It'll bump it up to a 10. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know. And also, Terrell, if you're listening, fucking play Arceus, you piece of shit. Bought that shit for his birthday. Still hasn't even touched it.
Terrell, fucking play Arceus. You piece of shit. I wasn't going to call you a piece of shit because it's Arceus, though. You're a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit strictly for not playing this game.
Dude, you bought him Arceus because he also has the Switch Lite. Yeah.
That's true.
But I bought him like that little grip you can put it in to make it just more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to hold that little thing. It's not comfortable. But like, we set you up, man.
We did.
We literally set you up. But yeah.
Traitor.
Play it, man. Get back to us. Let us know if you had fun.
Yep.
And then once you beat it, grab fucking Scarlet. Because everyone else has Violet.
Literally.
But that's all we got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed.
Yep. This has been an episode of the Hardcore Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
See you next time.
See you. Get it, Ditto. Get it. Get it. Get it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Get it. Get it. Get it. By the way, I'm Psyduck.